The Bishopric of Ratzeburg, centered on Ratzeburg in northern Germany, was originally a suffragan to the Archdiocese of Hamburg, which transformed into the Archdiocese of Bremen in 1072. History. Ratzeburg was one of the dioceses formed c. 1050 by Archbishop Adalbert of Hamburg, who appointed St. Aristo, who had just returned from Jerusalem, to the new see. Aristo seems to have been but a wandering missionary bishop. In 1066, the pagan Wends rose against their German masters, and on the 15th of July 1066, St. Ansverus, abbot of St. George's, Ratzeburg, and several of his monks are said to have been stoned to death. It was not until 1154, however, that Henry the Lion, Duke of Saxony, and Hartwig I, Archbishop of Hamburg, refounded the episcopal see of Ratzeburg, and Modus became its first bishop. A disciple of St. Norbert and provost of the monastery of Our Lady at Magdeburg, Modus was, like many of his successors, a Premonstratensian canon. In 1157, the chapter was attached to Ratzeburg Cathedral by Pope Adrian IV. In 1236, Bishop Peter was invested by Frederick II, Holy Roman Emperor, with temporal jurisdiction over the land of Butin and a number of villages outside it, making the see a prince-bishopric. The succeeding prince-bishops retained this jurisdiction in spite of the frequent attempts which the Dukes of Saxe-Lauenburg made to deprive them of it. The Cathedral of Ratzeburg dates from the beginning of the 12th century. It was restored, and additions were made to it in the 15th century. The cathedral and pertaining premises such as the chapter and further episcopal manors formed the Cathedral Immunity District, an extraterritorial enclave of the Prince-Bishopric of Ratzeburg within the city of Ratzeburg, else belonging to Saxe-Lauenburg. The diocese also contained a number of other beautiful churches at Mölln, Wismar, Buchen and elsewhere. Besides the cathedral chapter of Ratzeburg with its provost to dean and 12 canons, there were in the diocese the Benedictine abbeys of St. George, Ratzeburg, and of Wismar, where Benedictines expelled from Lübeck founded a monastery in 1239. Also convents of the same order at Eldena founded in 1229 by Bishop Gottschalk of Ratzeburg, and burnt in 1290, at Rheine founded in 1237 by Prince Bishop Ludolphus, and at Zarentine founded in 1243. There were also Franciscans and Dominicans at Wismar. In 1504, during the episcopate of Prince Bishop Johann V von Parkenton, the Premonstratensian regular canons of Ratzeburg Cathedral were, with papal consent, made secular canons. Prince Bishop Georg von Blumenthal, who feuded with Thomas Adopal, was the last Roman Catholic bishop. In 1552, the cathedral was plundered by Count Vorad von Mansfeld. In 1554, the dean and chapter converted to Lutheranism. The cathedral is a proto-cathedral since and is owned by a Lutheran congregation within the North Albion Evangelical Lutheran Church. Also, most other churches in the former diocesan territory house Lutheran congregations today belonging to the North Albion of the Evangelical Lutheran State Church of Mecklenburg. After 1554, the now Lutheran chapter elected Lutheran princes, lacking any canonical qualification, as administrators of the prince-bishopric. The capitulars deliberately ignored the ducal Saxe-Lauenburgian candidates, sons of the duke, fearing the prince-bishopric would then be incorporated into Saxe-Lauenburg. The prince-bishopric was then secularized by the 1648 Peace of Westphalia, becoming the Principality of Ratzeburg under the control of the Dukes of Mecklenburg. In 1701 the principality became an exclave of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. By the beginning of the 20th century, the diocesan historical territory in the German Empire corresponded to the district of Duchy of Lauenburg. the bishop's own Principality of Ratzeburg in the Grand Duchy of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, and the western part of the Grand Duchy of Mecklenburg-Schwerin, including Wismar but not Schwerin. The whole of it was later included in the Diocese of Osnabrück and forms since January 7, 1995 part of the new Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Hamburg, with most of today's Catholic churches in the region built since the 19th century. Bishops: Aristo, c. 1051, Evanmode, 1154 to 1178, vacancy, 1178 to 1180, Isfried, 1180 to 1204, Philip, 1204 to 1215, Heinrich I, 1215 to 1228. Lambert von Barmstead, 1228, Gottschalk, 1229 to 1235, Petrus, 1236, Ludolf of Ratzeburg, 1236 to 1250, Friedrich, 1250 to 1257, Ulrich von Blücher, 1257 to 1284, Conrad, 1284 to 1291. Hermann von Blücher, 1291 to 1309. Marquard von Jossau, 1309 to 1335. Volrad von dem Dorn, 1335 to 1355. Otto von Gronow, 1355 to 1356. Weipert von Blücher, 1356 to 1367. Heinrich II von Wittorf, 1367 to 1388. Gerhard Holtorp, 1388 to 1395. Detlef von Berkentine, 1395 to 1419. Johannes I von Trempe, 1419 to 1431. Pardam von dem Niesbeck, 1431 to 1440. Johannes II, Prol, 1440 to 1454. Johann III von Prien, 1454 to 1461. Ludolf II of Ratzeburg, 1461 to 1466. Johannes IV, Storkoper, 1466 to 1479. Johannes V von Berkentine, 1479 to 1511. Heinrich III, Bergmeier, 1511 to 1524. Georg von Blumenthal, 1524 to 1550. Christopher I von der Schulenburg, 1550 to 1554. 1554 Protestant Reformation administrators, 1554 to 1592. Christopher II of Mecklenburg, 1592 to 1610. Charles of Mecklenburg, 1610 to 1636. Augustus of Brunswick and Lunenburg, cell line, 1636 to 1648. Gustavus Adolphus of Mecklenburg-Güstrow,